In the last video, we created the UI for all the steps to edit a gig, but nothing is working at the moment. Now our task in the controller would be identify which step the user currently in, and for that we're going to add the corresponding logic for that step. Now because this form sits inside the edit page, alright, so once the user submit the form with all the data, it will go to the update action inside the gig controller, update action here. So our main process code will be in here. Now, but before that, let me create a private method to handle a step logic. Now, before we just simply create a step variable and get a parameter, but it's not enough. All right, so I'm going to remove this one. And down here inside the private, I just create the method. Just say set step. Right, it's just a name of a function, so you can name it to anything you want. First, I'll just create a step, and it's going to be params step that we got from the URL, and we transform it to integer. And we're going to check if this one is greater than 0. If yes, then we're going to return the step dot to integer, otherwise we return 1. All right, so this is a shortcut of the if else condition. So it's going to check if this condition is true, then return this one, otherwise return 1. All right, now here we need to check one more thing. If step greater than 5, then we set step equal 5. All right, so that means if someone trying to add a step 7 or 8 and hit enter, then we're going to set the step to 5. All right, so in the first case, if someone typing a step, let's say -4 or something like that, and hit enter, then it's going to return 1. Okay, so because we got to set step, so one more thing here, just add before action. We're going to run the set step method only for the update and edit. Oops. Okay, because only the edit and update function need to calculate the step. All right, so let's go back here, and inside the function, let's just say we check if the step equal to, then we're going to do something in here, and in fact we're going to get the gig params that upload that submit from the client, and we say pricings attributes dot h do, and here we get the pattern of index and pricing. Right, this is a block, so you make sure that you got an and at the end, and then we say if at gig dot has single price, and also the pricing that we got from here dot pricing type is not equal pricing dot pricing type is dot key, and we're going to pass 0. So that means if this gig has a single price and the pricing type is not the basic, all right, the key 0 that means the basic, key 1 is a standard, and key 2 is a premium. All right. All right, so if this is the case, then we just click next, and here we're going to check if the pricings, and we're going to pass the title is blank, or the pricing description is blank as well, or the pricing deliver time blank or pricing price is blank. All right, then we're going to return by saying redirect to the request dot refer with the flash, say error, and we're going to put a message like invalid pricing. Alright, so keep going with the other step checking, and I will come back to explain this one in a bit. Alright, so we can say if the step equal 3, then we're going to do something. So inside here, I'm going to check if the step is 3 and if the gig params, and we're going to check if the description is blank. Alright, then we're going to raise the arrow and return to the current page by saying return redirect to request dot refer flash, and we pass the error like description cannot be blank. Alright, so the redirect to request refer, it just means request redirect back to the current page along with the flash error. Alright, now for the step 4, I'm going to copy this one. Step 4, we're going to check and the add gig dot photos dot blank. Alright, so that means you don't have any photo. Obviously, it's going to raise an error. Something like you don't have any photos. Alright, now for the step 5, so we can say if step equal 5, then inside here we're going to get gig dot pricings dot h do, and we can get the pricing. So we're going to check if gig dot has single pricing and the pricing is not the basic by saying this. Then we say next, else we're going to check if the pricing actually you can copy this one, copy and put it here. All right, in fact we're going to return to the step 2. So I'm going to say edit gig path, and we're going to pass a gig object along with the step, and we say step 2, of course with the flash error, we say invalid pricing. Alright, now because of the step 5 is sort of like the final step, so let's just say if someone without filling the pricing or description, they go straight to the URL and press the step 5. Alright, and if they hit publish, we still have to validate if the pricing or the description is blank or not. Okay, so that's why in step 5 we kind of review all of the checking up here. Okay, now for this one we're going to check if gig.description is blank, then we return redirect to the, I'm going to copy this one actually, copy, paste it here. We're going to direct to step 3, and we're going to say description cannot be blank. Oops. Yep. Otherwise we check if at gig dot photos dot blank, then we're going to return to the step 4 and you say you don't have any photos. Alright, so after all of the checking, validating, we're gonna update by saying if gig dot update, and we're gonna pass the gig params into here. So if you can update successfully, of course, we're gonna say the flash, and we say notice, and we say save. All right. Otherwise, just return redirect to the request dot refer, and with the flash, and here we say the error, and here I'm going to pass a gig dot errors dot fund messages. All right, just like that. And after that, we're going to recalculate the step by checking if the step less than 5, then redirect to the edit gig path, and we're going to pass the gig object because step equal step 1 step plus 1. All right, otherwise just redirect to the users to the dashboard path. So let's just say after you update the step 1 successfully, it's going to increase the step by 2. All right, so that's mean after you submit step 1, it's jumping to the step 2. Once you update the step 2, it's jumping to step 3, and so on. That's what is the logic doing here. Now let's go back to our edit gig page, and let's say if you want to go to step 1. All right, so nothing to worry about it. The interesting part here is the checkbox that we just added. All right, so if you leave it unchecked and hit save continue, it will go into the step 2 and it will display 3 pricing packages. Let me check. All right, when you hit save, it just says save and it's jumping to step 2 because it just update the gig params. One more thing here, let's just go back to step 1. I want to show you something interesting. Now, here is a trick I use to debug quickly, so I don't need to install any debugging plugin for Rails. We know that's when we hit the submit button, hit save, it will execute this function. All right, so I just put something like maybe ABC here. All right, so it's going to raise the arrow. Make sure that you set the 5. It's going to raise the arrow here. All right, hit save. All right. As I expect, it's going to raise the arrow here, but what I'm trying to do is that I'm going to show you the list of the params, right? Okay, so once you submit the form, here is the structure of the parameter that you're going to submit to the controller. All right, that's what we got from the strong parameter. All right, exactly the structure like this. So we got title, video, active category, single price, and we got a pricing attribute, etc. So we got a gig title, category 3, head single price 0, that means it false. That means this one we have 3 different packages for the pricing, and along with that we got a pricing attribute with this structure. All right, so first one, second one, and third one. Now as you see, at the moment the pricing type, we just only have the pricing type data. We don't have a title, we don't have a description, or the delivery time as well as the price. Okay, and also we don't have a description for the gig. We don't have the video for the gig as well. So notice that in the controller, in step 2, okay, we just got the gigs param pricing attribute. That means we're going to get the whole collection here, including the 3 different elements or 3 different items. All right, and we're going to look through every single one of those, and we're going to check. The checking here is actually, it just make sure that we're going to check if the title is not blank, the description is not blank, etc. If it's blank, it's going to raise the error. That's what this condition does. All right, so nothing fancy here. So in case you has only one single pricing, that means this one is true, and in our scenario we just want to check the pricing type, the basic only. Okay, so let's go back here. I'll just remove this one. All right, hit save. Now maybe just hit back. Okay, if you hit save and continue, all right, it's gonna going to the update and check if it's step 2. Yes, it's going to check. Otherwise it's not, because it's step 1. It's going to ignore these 2, ignore this checking, and it's going right here to update. All right, and it's save. And then because the step is less than 5, so it's just going to the edit git path, which the step increase by 1. So that's why you're going to the step 2. Now in step 2, you can see that right now we got basic, standard, and premium. If you hit back, all right, and if you check this one, and it will submit the form. You're going to save, and now we got a step 2, and you only have the one single pricing. This one, if you go into this, let me quickly go into step 2. So here's the one that I'm talking about. All right, so if you got if you have a single price and the price is the basic, then you say, hey, the width is a 4 and it's offset 4. So that means you got the width is 4 unit and the offset by 4. So that's why we got it just loaded like this. And for all of those pricing like standard or premium, we add the is hidden class to hide those standard and the premium. All right, that's why we got the logic just like this one. All right, if you go back and if you uncheck this one, hey, it's safe, and now it's going to display all of the 3. All right, so for now I'll just quickly add this one, maybe this one, Pikachu. This is cheap price. They were 15 days for the price, $5. Kong advanced 10-day, $7, and maybe got July premium price, 5-day delivery, and $12. All right, let's just say if you not fill this one and he said what's happening. Hey, it's a invalid pricing, which is correct because we didn't fill the description and the title for a standard pricing package. If you go back to here, we in a step 2, we're going to check if the pricing title or the description blanks, we're going to raise the error. All right, we're going to redirect back to the current page, and we're going to raise a flash with error invalid pricing. All right, so for now, to quick, I'll just check this one to make a basic one. So let's say my basic offer. All right, this is my offer, 5-day, $15, and hit save and continue. All right, and it just automatically go into step 3 because it's going to the update and it's going to the step 2 checking everything's good. Go directly to here to update and raise the flag save. All right, and because this step is less than 5, then it redirect to the edit page and increase the step by 1. So we are in the step 3. All right, so for now this one is so here is an interesting one. This is the description of gig 1. All right, Now notice that this one is the accent text, and if you hit save, it's gonna save in the different table. Hit save. Description cannot be blank. So by somehow our description is not working, and let's go back to here and check the. Oh, okay. So inside the console, it's a unpermitted parameter description. All right, unpermitted. So that's rings the bell for me about the strong param. All right, so let's scroll down here. In the gig params, we permit. Yep, we're missing a description. This is just a description of the pricing, not a description of the gig. So let's quickly fix that description. All right, save. Okay, so go back here, and now we try to play just for testing, and we can also make it bolder, record just like this one, and hit save. Hey, it just says save, and it's going to step 4. Awesome. So now in step 4, we need to create a function that allows user to upload the photo. That's what we're going to do in the next video. I'll see you then.